maybe just walk us through the last caution there at the end of the race, and then we'll take a few questions, and then we'll hear from Carl Edwards.
Yeah. After review of the situation, post-race, what had happened in the closing laps of the race, it appears that that in the flag stand, one of the flag people had leaned on the switch that is the manual override for the caution lights. And so that happened. Well, we've got times here, but anyways, so that happened. And at that time, when the flag stand realized that the caution lights were illuminated, the flagman threw the flag. And then after that happened, we froze the field from the tower. It appears that in not all but most of the flag stands have a manual override for the caution lights, and due to the weather and due to other things, there's an area that it wasn't secured properly, and the flag person leaned against the switch and turned the caution lights on. We tried to turn them off, and we realized that the override switch was on, and they were hung on caution. So
take a couple of questions. Questions for Robin? That's a pretty good explanation, if you ask me, but we'll let Mike Embry ask a question.
Yeah, Robin, I was in the infield when all this happened. Do you have the time or the lap sequence of when that happened?
Yes, and I don't know if these numbers mean anything to you. It was 21, 23, 46, 33 was the time that the switch was thrown manually. It was 21, 23, 52, 20 when the flagman threw the flag. And then the time of day was 21, 24, 12, 9:95 when we froze the field. We went back, and when you look at the rundown, the only cars that had to change positions is the 5 was behind a 24. So it was 11, 24, 5. That's the only thing we had to change. And that's the freeze. The freeze was roughly 20 seconds after the manual caution flag itself was thrown, and the caution flag itself was 6 seconds after the switch was leaned on and turned. So no positions were changed during that time, other than the 5.
Bob Hockers from the Sporting News.
Over here to your left, Robin.
You're over there.
Yeah. First off, did you have to go to video, or did you just use a scoring line to set
Video.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, we treated it just like the freeze at the end of a race if there was an accident or something.
And I mean, are you glad the rain in some ways, are you glad the rain came so that it really didn't?
There's 2 very happy people in this room right now, and the next one will be up here in a second when you turn me loose.
Maybe we'll take one more. This final question over here, because we want to hear from Carl.
Dustin Long, MRN.com. 2 things real quickly. Just verify the caution light. The light was leaned on and hit, and then 6 seconds later, the flagman was told to throw the caution. No.
6 seconds later, he has the ability to throw the caution. If he sees something, he can throw the caution.
So that's him, and that's not from the tower.
When the people in the flag stand saw that the caution lights were illuminated and they did not have the flag out, they threw the flag out. Then we realized what happened. We were scanning cars and spotters, and there's some of us in the tower that only heard it after the teams were talking about it, because we were looking at other things around the racetrack. So there's basically 3 times in there.
And secondly, obviously still very early, but what do you do moving forward to prevent this from happening down the road? Because certainly with the incentivizing of winning, something like this, whether it was tonight or down the road, could have a dramatic impact on who makes the chase and who doesn't.
Yep. You learn, we learn a lot of lessons, and when we learn a lesson like this, we'll go in and further investigate some different things. But as you know, all the electronics that we've had and have installed in the trailers for freeze the field and all of these other things, There's still, you still have to integrate into the track facilities. So there's probably some things that we need to do to better secure that area where the manual override is on the lights.
Did the flagman know why the caution was
No,
on?
nobody knew.
Okay, so he didn't even know. He
No,
just thought-
they didn't know. There's two people in the stand and a photographer at the end of the race. And as you can only imagine, as the day went on and the different scenarios of getting up and down, and they were probably pretty cold standing up there all day long, you know. They had bundles of clothes on, so I can only sympathize with the conditions that they were trying to deal with today.
The first lap in yellow is listed as lap 500?
No, on my freeze the field, it is not that.
Okay.
98.
So that's wrong.
We might need to check that then, yes. Robbins
I
is
didn't do that
official.
sheet.
Yeah, Robbins is official.
All right,
I knew it was.
Okay, thank
Everybody
you,
good?
Robin.
you guys be safe going home.
Thank you.
I bring you cousin Carl.